I would like to thank the Chamber President, Mr. Ajit Pathreva, and his CISL team for inviting me for this grand occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful to see this award ceremony focuses not only on extra large entrepreneurs, but also small, medium entrepreneurs who plays a key role in developing economy in the country. What was interesting to note was that they have looked into minute details, even to the extent of recognizing differently able entrepreneurs. I thought that was fantastic, and I think the House should applaud the organizers for recognizing such entrepreneurs at this August Assembly as well. I'm aware of the untiring efforts made by the CISL for promoting SMEs in the country, which is contributing to 55% of the GDP. Sri Lanka SME sector provides 45% of the employment opportunities to the total workforce in Sri Lanka. Me being the telecommunication minister and the digital infrastructure, I would like to speak a few words about as to how the information and telecommunication technology could be used to help the SME in the country. The recent studies in the world show clearly that today's business X factor for SME is smart adoption of information and technology, the ICT. The information and telecommunication is not just a policy buzzword, but a great enabler for business. Regardless of size or activity sector, whether you're a tech startup or a provider of traditional products or services. Thanks to the capabilities such as the use of social networks, cloud-based services, data analytics, you can expand your business, reach to new clients and markets. What we are right now trying to do, we're looking at the small sector SMEs. What I would promise, Sri Lanka right now is only using the internet only 25%. In Sri Lanka, though 85% coverage is right now freely available, in Sri Lanka we're only using 25% of the population is only using internet. So I think probably the new government, which was established about 2.5 months ago, concentrated on creating a ministry called digital infrastructure. We are looking at possibilities of digitizing our economy. This is a bit of a new word for the Sri Lankan economy, but I would rest assure you, in time to come, we will see a complete change within the next year. We have got a 10 billion budget that has been allocated from the last years, for 2016, a 10 billion budget to improve digital infrastructure. This will enable more transparency, more good governance through a digital infrastructure building. So one phenomenon in particular that has created new opportunities of SMEs in advanced economies is cloud adoption, which has speed up with the rapid growth of digital economy. By offering access to capabilities and services previously only multinationals could afford, cloud computing has created a level playing field for SMEs in advanced countries. I'm also trying to encourage to have our own sort of a eBay, where a small SME could have this mobile phone, a smartphone, where he can do his own product produce, where he could take a picture and upload it, and Sri Lankans can have their own forum where they can go up. We do have an issue of PayPal. You are already working on the issue of getting a payment gateway sorted out, so the people will be readily available for them to get their payments from out of the country. And also, when you look at the long term, the courier services, etc., everything will interconnect, and the logistics, everything will work on. So, as the Prime Minister keeps on saying every day that he wants 1 million jobs created, I think the private sector, especially the entrepreneurs, you all will have to play a major role in creating these jobs, because I, for one, understand our mindsets need to change. In my village, in Babala, as a lot of the people living, it's very difficult to encourage people from our areas to join the private sector. Their mindsets are very different, and they think they only want to get into a government sector employment because of certain mindset differences that they have. So we are working really hard these days to encourage them. Private sector gives them more benefits. So I'm sure that you all will as much as the good work that they have done for this country and for the economy, we will also, as a government, will be giving you all the 100% support in the next few years to come. Other studies also have shown that regardless of their home and country, entrepreneurs who are early technology adopters increase their annual revenues 15% faster than their competitors. Moreover, they manage to create jobs twice as fast as other small businesses. Though we do not have the exact number of SMEs in the country, I believe it well over 250,000. And those SMEs will be the true backbone of our economy. These SMEs can grow fast, grow up if they use digital technology, and certainly can one day become industry leaders. Otherwise, we risk losing the benefits of the digital technology and the next wave of technology adoption. I would like to congratulate all the winners today. I think it was fantastic. I once also was invited by Sajid Patleo for an award ceremony a few years back. It was at the Cinnamon Grand. And the top award winner was Lucky Yogurt, if I was not mistaken. And the whole story, which was very inspiring to me when I was watching how they started, how the business started, how he started with his sisters, how he bought a first refrigerator, and how the business grew, and he became one of the top entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka. So all these success stories was being read, and since I'm the digital minister, I'm always on my Facebook and social media, and I read this fantastic article. It said a journalist was talking to a top CEO in the world, and journalist asked the CEO a question: "What is the secret for your success?" The CEO replied, he said, "It's just 2 words." Journalist asked, "What is that?" The CEO said, "Right decisions." Then the journalist asked him, "But how do you make the right decisions?" Then the CEO replied and said, in 1 word, he said, "It's just 1 word." Then the journalist asked him again, "What is it?" He said, "Experience." Then the journalist again asked the CEO, "But how did you get the experience?" He said again 2 words. Then the journalist said, "Tell me." CEO said, "Bad decisions." So you need to do, wrong decisions. So you need to do wrong decisions from our mistakes, from our failures. From our failures is what makes us successful. If you don't fail, I'm the best example. How many elections have I lost? And then you won. So how many elections did people laugh at Ranjit losing and losing? Finally you won. So you need to lose, but then you win. But when you win, you have the experience and you know how bad and how difficult it is to lose. So even in your business, I'm sure all the winners know how hard it is to win. And I'm very amazed. I'm not saying it because I'm from Badulla, but I'm very happy to see the young entrepreneur who won this award from Muvahalpavatta. There's a beautiful award that they won. We have a beautiful resort called 98 Acres. I advise all of you to go and visit it. I saw a lot of global awards being won by that resort. It is a fantastic resort. It was just the sort of an idea a young boy had, because I met him long time ago at one of the planters clubs in Badulla, and he told me this idea and I thought it was impossible. When he said that he had this idea to build a hotel inside a tea estate, and he said his concept, I never believed it would be successful. But to see, it was a global success. It's in Adelaide. It's one of the best hotels. It's been voted as one of the top hotels in the world. So therefore, always follow your dreams. That's where it starts. You need to start dreaming and follow your dreams. And it's a fantastic night. And I'm really grateful for the Federation of Chamber of Commerce for what they have done, for giving such a forum, for giving an opportunity, recognizing the talent. This is something that the government should always promote. And thank you for the Federation of Chamber of Commerce for over the years, for 20 years, for the fantastic job done. And my dear friend Adi Patleo, he would have also been ended up a politician, but he couldn't do it because he had to keep his job at the Federation of Commerce as the chairman. But he was also going to contest elections, but he couldn't do it because he was the chairman of the Federation of Chamber of Commerce. But thank you for having this wonderful event. There's always a saying, a good speech should be like a woman's skirt. long enough to cover the subject, short enough to create the interest. So therefore I think that I covered the subject and I thought short enough to create some interest. Therefore I will not take too much of your time. Congratulations to all the winners and well done and all the best. Good luck.